Okay. I think... this is where... or this is the day that I beat the game. We'll see. Alright, so I can't blow my cover. The supervisor has the look of a stuffer shack manager with the delusions that he's on a career track rather than what he is, a disposable dime-a-dozen resource. Oof. Oof. Been there. Been there. Hey, you there. I'm Steve Scott. I'll be your direct supervisor. Sorry I missed you when you first came in, but I only found out you were starting an hour ago when you suddenly showed up in the system. Weird glitch or something. Normally we'd watch an orientation trid and walk through our mission statement, but, well, it's going to be hard for you on your first day, and you're going to need to clean up some blood, maybe a lot. I can handle it. Just tell me what to do. You'll have your hands full. There was some sort of break-in last night. Some people were, just get things cleaned up on this floor. And listen, people are going to be on edge today, so try to stay invisible and don't get into any trouble. Otherwise, they're going to call me and I'm going to have to reprimand you and put a note in your file. Sounds good. We'll get those orientation trids another day. I hope they get whoever did this. Only a fool would attack a Telestrian corporate office and think they can get away with it. Start heading from room to room and clean what needs cleaning. Good luck and welcome to Telestrian. Where's my tools, man? I'm gonna lick it up or something? What can I do for you? I need to get upstairs. My supervisor says there's more cleaning to do. I didn't want to say that. The top floor may only be accessed by the expressed authorization of Eric Silverstar, our VP of Security. You can head to the lower floors if your supervisor wants. Chips on some of the matrix. Oh, okay, right, I need to do that. Okay, well, I better get back to it. Am I gonna clean anything up? Or what? I have to say, at this point, it's not looking good. I don't know how it happened. Nonetheless, our records show this terminal was left unsecured in direct contravention of Telestrian corporate policy. You failed in your duty. I know it's duty above all for you security types, but I am the victim here, I swear. Perhaps when Mr. Silverstar gets his next promotion, that will become a value for you data pushers as well. Right now, it seems your value is clock out early and ignore my responsibilities. Don't go anywhere. I need to make my report to Eric. The wage slave is on the edge. He's staring vacantly at his terminal with his hands to his face and his fingers twitching nervously. What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy? Looks like you're in some real trouble, chummer. Buzz. Unless you can clean up a shattered career, leave me alone. This is probably the thing, but he's gonna see me do this. It would only take a few moments to install the chip, but perhaps it's not the wisest course of action while in view of a loyal wage slave. Yeah, that's what I thought. I ain't cleaning up nothing. Some janitor I am. The two men are staring into the vent and shaking their heads. Look, Raoul, I believe. I know you. I know, and you know that there's nothing in that vent. But when I told that to Silver Star, he accused me of not wanting to crawl in there. Said was letting the company down by not displaying the corporate value of duty. The suits sure love their mission statements and all that dreck, but today isn't the day for Telestrian's corpse. Duty above all crap. Why is there a comma right there? Several of us did the ultimate duty last night. I guess we should just be happy Mr. Telestrian isn't in today. Just get in there and take a look. I've got to go upstairs and report. A filthy guard is looking into an open vent. He is clearly not enjoying the idea of climbing back into the duct. Sorry I tracked all that dreck all over the floor. He shakes his head. Man, I can't believe what happened to the night watch. I mean, we're definitely going to go with this, obviously. I mean, I ain't going to just pour all my points into charisma and not get those dialogue options. Me neither. You think you're done with the vents for today? They want me to get this room back in order. Anyone asks, you saw me in there, okay? You got it, bub. Matrix emergency power junction. Install the comlink chip. The access panel comes off with a quiet pop, and you place a chip inside. So maybe I gotta convince this guy to go somewhere else. None of this will matter after I'm fired, out on the street and eating dog food. Just leave me alone. Okay. That's the supervisor. I was gonna say, why is everything messed up? Talk to this guy. As the Telestrian tech jockey turns to speak, you notice a panel that you noticed a panel has been removed from one of the LAN racks just behind him. Thanks for coming. Can you believe it? Silver Star is calling it an intrusion, but I know the aftermath of a Shadowrun when I see it. Start over in the corner and make sure you don't get any solvents on my servers. Do you think you can duck out for a smoke or something? It would be easier if I didn't have to clean around you. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no problem. Just another day in paradise, right? We're gonna quick save. What do we got here? The open panel is a rat's nest of cables and half disassembled hardware. Some of it is loose. Do I take some LAN parts? LAN parts. Alright, remove the access panel and place the comlink chip. Right, pop. Yep. Right. This is a very interesting thing going on right here. There's like this tree, but there's a panel right there, and I guess like the layers are all messed up. So it's just kind of wigging out, and eventually just kind of goes away. Sometimes. So do I need to do all three? We can spend some karma points. Yeah, I believe I was working on ranged combat. Well, actually, probably want to do it like that. With the quickness. This guy is just not going to leave, is he? None of this will matter. I'm fine on the street eating dog food. Just leave me alone. I might have just the thing to help you out. He shakes his head. I doubt it. You know the guy who said life isn't fair? He was talking about me. Security's bullying you. But I could make it look like your terminal was tampered with and no one would be the wiser. You're right. There is no reason I should let security push me around. He steals himself. Just do it quick. You place the cables and data chips around the terminal's casing. Thanks much. I won't forget this when your review comes up. Hey, no problem, sir. Just glad I could help. Would you mind clearing out of here for a while? There is a lot to do. You bet. Just remember to keep this just between us. No problem. Hey, Sulky Noir. You know, I'm never gonna feel confident that I say your name properly, like, every single day. I just think, like, man, I said it wrong, didn't I? I'll feel more confident one day. Someday. Ooh, I can do something else here? This is interesting. I can't do anything else here. I thought maybe I could, like, remove the wires or something like that so that he gets in trouble anyways. That would be something. Don't worry too much. You know, some people tell me that, but, you know, it would be like me calling Ken Keen. He wouldn't like that too much. I do for you, I need to get upstairs. My supervisor says there's more cleaning to do. Yep. Yeah, I found all these chips on I found all these chips on the sum of the matrix switch boxes. Is that important? A typo. The guard thinks for a moment and activates his comlink. He turns his back to you and has a brief conversation. Then he turns back. Mr. Silverstar wants to see you in his office immediately. Yeah, that's right. The brutish dog-eat-dog existence of a slum dweller is a far cry from the quiet desperation and existential nothingness of a corporate wage slave. Yet after your time at Telestrian Industries, it's unclear which is more bleak. My goodness. The elevator rises smoothly, its blanderized music assaulting you once again as you ascend to the executive floor and your goal. Let me see. So we don't want to get caught. There's a camera right here, and you know, let's just go straight to the objective. There you are. It seems that some of my best are letting me down, and it's good to see that. It's good to see that you're displaying one of the most important of my key 3 values. Just doing my job, sir. More than that, I must say you displayed the value of vigilance in spades, and from a janitor no less. Thank you, sir. Well, rewards and punishments must be given where required. Now, please start filling out the report on the data pad. And I'm afraid I must ask you not to sit in my chair, given your attire. I need to go head downstairs and investigate your findings. I'll be right back. There's something back here behind this bookshelf. Your comlink begins to ring. You pick up. So these paintings must be what all those expensive deliveries were. We don't have much time. I'm tracking Silverstar, and he is already stepping off the elevator. I don't think your disguise will hold up much longer. I'll update you on his movements. Hurry, mon ami. Painting is a small lighthouse in intense... Painting is of a small lighthouse in intense storm. I think we're missing an A in there, or an. At night, perched on a rocky outcropping, its light slabs out into the darkness. The plaque reads, Vigilance. Oh no. Duty. Okay. Painting shows a wild mountain landscape with clouds ringing lofty peaks. The plaque reads Independence. There is an open bottle of expensive scotch and a single glass that appears to be half empty, and a half-smoked cigar. There is a photorealistic painting of 5 massive harvesters in Telestrian colors in a staggered formation cutting a swath across a rippling field of wheat. Plaque reads Unity. Depicted is a clock tower at a train station in downtown Portland in the tier. Plaque reads Efficiency. Shows a profile of three elves in Telestrian security uniforms looking towards a flag flying the Telestrian logo. The plaque reads Duty. Okay. It's like duty and honor. Alright, so let's write these down. We have independence, vigilance. Spelled that wrong. We have UNITY. Efficiency. Spelled that wrong too, but that's fine. Then we have duty. Alright, so let's start with duty. The frame clicks into place, and the painting slides back into the wall. And duty, maybe vigilance. Nope. Let's see. He has a few guards, a tech worker, and very nervous wage slave gathered in the boardroom, and is beginning to question them. Duty. And maybe unity? Nope. He has finished interviewing a Matrix tech and is now talking sternly to a pair of guards. Okay, so we've tried vigilance, we've tried unity, efficiency. Okay. Now he is talking to the wage slave. This is not going well. They are raising their voices. Alright, duty, efficiency. I mean, is it just in reverse order? It can't be in reverse order. Unity? Nope. Efficiency. Go vigilance. Nope. Silver Star and 2 guards are headed for the elevator. We're almost out of time. Uh-oh. Stop right there, my friend. I don't know what your story is, but I assure you, I will find out. Hold him. Mission failed. I'm gonna load the last save. Okay. This is what I get for not paying attention to what people are saying. Try some different dialogue options. Well, duty above all, right? He laughs. Well, yes. That is the first value, and I'm glad more than those outside the security follow it from a janitor, no less. No, I'm speaking of my third and final value of vigilance, which seems to be sorely lacking around here. Thank you, sir. Alright, well, reward the punishments. Okay. Vigilance is the last one. Duty, efficiency, and vigilance. I know they talked about this stuff, but I wasn't paying that much attention. Vigilance was the last one, anyway. Come on, dog. Vigilance is the second one. Yep, he's talking to the wage slaves. Got it. What? He said third and final. Alright, great. Alright, so that just leaves independence. Oh, I guess I can go in there now. There is a safe that has a large DNA scanner on the front. Most likely keyed to Mr. Silverstar. That's where we go over here. We pick up the half-smoked cigar. Alright, put the moist end of the cigar in the DNA scanner. The click and a faint hiss of escaping air. The safe opens. Take the sample. Great work, mon ami. The time for stealth has passed. It has set off every alarm in the system, but I have unlocked the executive elevator and your path is clear. Head to the elevator and make your escape. He has an alarm in it too? Coming through. We didn't do like any fighting in here. You're gonna... Okay, that was a little bit tougher than I was expecting. Oh crap. Detective McCluskey stands smirking, surrounded by armed and twitchy Lone Star officers. Good morning, moron. Good morning, Detective McCluskey. It's a fine day for police corruption, isn't it? The smirk broadens. That's right, dummy. Keep flapping your jaw. That sort of thing will be perfect for where you're going. Mr. Telestrian wants to meet you in person. He wants to chat about last night's fun and games. You can come along quietly, or you can meet him in a body bag. Smiles wolfishly. Come on, Drek for brains. Make the wrong choice. I'm going, but one day you and I are gonna go round for round, pound for pound, clip for clip. McCluskey. I said that wrong. I think it's round for round. I was just listening to a song too. I'm counting on it, sucker. I could take them all. I could take them all. From the floor of the Lone Star Cruiser, you watch the tops of downtown corridor office buildings disappear, replaced by the gray overcast over the I-90 bridge, the nylon restraints binding your wrists and ankles, along with McCluskey's whistling to the radio, make for an unpleasant ride. A half hour later, the cruiser hits a whisper-smooth patch of road, and a magnificent mansion fills your view. Its design a blend of old-world finery and elvish grace. The car pulls to an abrupt halt, and you're dragged into the driveway where McCluskey pulls a nasty-looking knife and cuts your bonds. You look up to see you're surrounded by a squad of green-clad ghosts. Special Forces troops from Tairngire. I don't know. Massaging the feeling back into your numb extremities, you prepare to meet the man himself, James Telestrian III. Hey, they're ghosts. I'm ghosts. You can't be ghosts. I'm ghosts. Mr. Quaff. McCluskey smirks. Want some advice, moron? Of course you don't. You're a Shadowrunner and you live by your own rules, don't you? I suggest you keep your smart remarks to yourself this time, Elf. Mr. Telestrian isn't some street meat you can impress or intimidate. He's the brains behind the throne of Tairngire, and one of the richest men in Seattle. And he holds your leash, right, McCluskey? You his lapdog? His eyes say, I'd love to kill you now, but his mouth continues its smirk. I got one of the richest and most powerful men in the Pacific Northwest taking care of me, sucker. What do you got? Free will. You're dumber than I thought. Enjoy your chat. I'll dispose of your body later. Oof. The fussy elf, with the air of a Victorian butler, studies you from your toes to the tips of your pointed ears before he speaks. Mr. Telestrian is expecting you. You will find him in his office. Thank you, Jeeves. He is not amused. Delighted to be of service. You may wait here for a few moments to gather yourself before you enter Mr. Telestrian's office. Some people find that they need time to prepare themselves before meeting an elf of his stature. However, the upstairs is off limits to you, and the library is occupied at the moment. Do not tarry, though. Mr. Telestrian is not one to be kept waiting long. Are you just going to let me walk around? Uh-oh. There was a twinkle in Algernon's eye that wasn't there when you spoke at the Seamstresses Union. It is good to see you again. There is much to do. You run in some pretty different circles, don't you, Algernon? I do not run at all, Ghost. I go where I am needed. I am needed here. Seek me out after you have spoken to James Telestrian. Perhaps I can be of service again. Suspicious. Is this his office? Yes, that is his office. Oh, I want to tarry, as it were. Oh, I actually can't go upstairs. Okay. Let's chat. Oh. Doesn't look like how I would have pictured him. As you approach, James Telestrian III looks up from the computer screen built into the surface of his desk and assesses you, calculating in cold. A practiced smile comes from his face. He vibes the kind of rich you don't get from Trivid. It's not the clothing or the trappings or the bow before your better's mansion. It's something else. The feeling that you're being categorized as a resource or a liability or a pawn. I have been reviewing the results of your visit to my Seattle office last night. I admit they are impressive. You have generated a considerable amount of damage to my office complex, killed or wounded many of my security personnel, and cost my vice president of security his job. In 24 hours, you have accumulated quite a bill with me, sir. How do you intend to settle your debt? Oh, there we go. Corporate coming in handy here. Sure, well, I mean, I like this one. I like this one. But we'll go with etiquette. Once my current assignment is complete, I would be happy to discuss working off my debt with you, Mr. Telestrian. That discussion may happen one day, assuming the outcome of this conversation does not result in your immediate termination. When one is in my debt, they remain in my debt until such time that I decide that debt is repaid. There will be no negotiation on that point. However, you have one piece of information which you have one piece of information which you might use as a bargaining chip in the little time you have left to live. Why you took what you took. I am interested to know why you and your team of criminals fought your way through my security teams up to my private office to access the Matrix and uncover the location of a simple research project. So I'm trying to think here how I would want to go about this because, you know, obviously any option we take could just, get us killed. But do I see the value of this guy trying to work with, or of getting this guy to work with me? And I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure. I mean, it's basically between these two. Hmm. You know, technically we should have gotten paid already. We did find the killer. I took the Aegis sample to kill giant insect spirits. I find your bluntness somehow refreshing. He touches a button on the desk. Mr. Quoth, please ask my daughter to join us. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. The young pretty elf has dark circles around her eyes and a haunted expression on her face. She recognizes you instantly. It's you. You're the man who helped me escape from the Universal Brotherhood. How did you get here? Celestrian cuts in quickly. Thank you, Marie-Louise. You have confirmed the identity of your rescuer and given me reason to forgive him for his trespasses against me. She looks hungry for your help. I'm glad you're here. This guy's your father? Yes, for what that's worth. He's the reason I was at the Universal Brotherhood in the first place. Or in first place. I think it's supposed to be in the first place. I was running away from him. Now I can't sleep at all. I'm afraid that this is a dream, and that I'll wake up and still be there, with the bugs. She shudders. You can relax, Mary-Louise. You are safe. It is over. No, it won't be over until they're all dead. She shudders. You didn't see them. You don't understand. You and those men you flew in here. All you do is talk. It's just like you to form a committee, Father. I knew that someone had to take action. That's why I got Hakim involved. The already cold exterior of James Telestrian III turns to ice. I see. It was you and your crippled little friend who leaked Aegis to this man. We will speak of it later, in private. Now then, Ghost. There are people I wish you to meet. The committee my daughter alluded to. This is a rare opportunity for a man of the streets such as yourself. I urge you to behave. We will adjourn to the library. I'm not really a committee joining sort of guy. His jaw sets. No one is suggesting you join them, nor that are you worthy of doing so. You are attending a briefing. Now come with me and watch your tongue. Oh boy. There is a weight in Telestrian's library, sense of magnitude and of purpose. You are no longer in the presence of mere wealth. You are in the presence of history. So that's what Algernon's here for. I don't know who that guy is. He, if you kind of look at his face, kind of reminds me of that one guy from Hunter x Hunter. The clown guy. I don't remember his name. Lady and gentleman? There might be two ladies here. Oh wait, no. I guess there is just one lady. This guy's not a lady. At least we don't think he's a lady. This is Ghost. He is the elf who saved my daughter and the only one who has faced our common enemy in combat. Herr Brackus. Brackhouse. Brackus. I feel like I've heard that name before. What does the representative of the great dragon Lofweir have to tell us about the magical insect this Shadowrunner uncovered? Brackus speaks slowly with a deep, melodious German accent. He takes his time, accentuating each word, relishing each vowel and each consonant, tasting them as they were a delicacy. My lord Lofweir has witnessed the insect spirit's physical manifestation before, roughly 9,000 years ago. As you are aware, magic ebbs and flows from the earth, cycling from peak to peak over the course of 5,200 years. As the level of magic grows, Hans, dear, I love you, but you could babble on forever, and I believe time is of the essence. The painted elf addresses you. Ghost, is it? Delighted. The bug you fought was not merely a magically awakened animal like a wyvern or hydra or anything else in the sixth world. In fact, it isn't from this world at all. It's the physical embodiment of an insect spirit from another plane of existence. Yeah, let's go with academic. I believe that would explain why I wasn't able to damage it. The spirit itself is extraplanar. Algernon eyes you keenly. Bravo. That is precisely the idea. The insect spirit exists on both planes simultaneously. I have been impressed with you for some time, Ghost. It is good to see that you are here. Now, an insect spirit can't simply thumb a ride through astral space and show up on Earth late for dinner. Dinner, in this case, being us. Two elements are required to bring one across the void, a shaman and a host. First, the spirit calls upon the shaman, often in dreams. The spirit seduces the shaman with promises of great power. The shaman then accepts the spirit as his totem. Next, the insect spirit requires a suitable host. The best candidates are the disaffected and the disenfranchised, in short, the weak-willed. Their minds are the most susceptible to suggestion, which is helpful in making the transformation. As you may imagine, these are the sort of people easily attracted to the cult, or to a cult, such as the Universal Brotherhood. Finally, by performing what has to be a truly disgusting ritual, the shaman serving the insect totem implants the spirit into the host, willingly or not. Then it's feeding time. Harlequin is correct. Second S right there. Kind of weird. The insect spirit will then slowly consume its host while transforming it into the spirit's own insectoid body, thus manifesting itself fully on this plane. I don't like the sound of this. You shouldn't. It's bad. Really, really bad. The initial bugs prepare a nest for the summoning of a queen. Once a nest has its queen, she literally explodes with newly manifested insect spirits. They swarm out of the nest, feasting on all the flesh they can find, and implanting more insect spirits into the fresh corpses, again and again and again. The room falls silent as they all consider the scenario faces grim. Telestrian breaks the silence. This is not an infestation, Ghost. It is an invasion. My Lord Lofweir knew this day would come, but he did not know precisely when or where. The rescue of Mr. Telestrian's daughter has exposed the existence of an insect spirit for the first time in this cycle of the world. Then why don't you just fire a cruise missile at the Brotherhood and call it a day? You half engaged the enemy. Maybe that's supposed to be like an L, half engaged. You know why. The insect spirit is only a resident in the transform host body. Conventional weapons can hurt the body and expose the spirit, but the spirit itself exists on two planes. It cannot be damaged by mundane means, hence Project Aegis. Herr Telestrian's biotechnology and agricultural divisions worked with my Lord Lofweir's thaumaturgical engineers and designed Project Aegis to destroy an insect spirit once it is released from its host. That is like the craziest sentence ever. My goodness, I need like 6 commas in there. Maybe 12. The formula, a fluorescing astral bacteria strain, exists in the physical and astral plane at once and can thus affect the insect spirit. 2 planes? That means it has to have A layover. Oh man, I was thinking you were gonna say like, man, they must offer like great frequent flyer miles or something. Now that was a mouthful. You said it. Did you memorize it, or are you reading it off index cards? My director of R&D, Diane Ravenwood, will explain how Project Aegis will be used in the field, Dr. Ravenwood. Our weapons specialists have rapidly prototyped a delivery device for the fluorescing astral bacteria strain, codename FABS. They've created some prototype launchers which fire Aegis-filled shells. When fired, the shells will discharge a high-velocity stream of the bacteria. In order to destroy one of the bugs, it must first be damaged using conventional weapons or magic until the spirit is released from its host body. Then the insect spirit must be shot with the Project Aegis prototype launcher to destroy it. Aegis is a multi-dimensional bug spray. Crudely put, but accurate. We must stop the Universal Brotherhood from summoning a queen, and we must stop them immediately. You are the only one who has been inside their facility, and the only one who has personally fought these creatures before. That, along with your highly effective assault on my property, indicates that you are the ideal person to lead the attack. I like this one. I like the sassiness. Glad you're convinced, because I'm not. No one's ever used this magic bug juice before. The painted elf grins and his red lipstick catches the light. We're foregoing the clinical trials in favor of field testing the formula. Come on, kid. When fate taps you on the shoulder, you've got to pay attention. Unfortunately, she has the nasty habit of tapping you on the opposite shoulder. So that when you turn around, she's on your other side, giggling like a deranged schoolgirl. I hate that. Enough. Are you willing to undergo this mission, Ghost? I like the variety here, but I'm gonna go with this one. When you work for powerful, influential people, you need to get paid, and I still haven't gotten paid from the other guy. I'm a professional, and professionals get paid for their work. I assume that serving all mankind involves compensation. Of course, here is my proposal. If you prevent the queen from being summoned and destroy the insects in the next... I'm confused by that. 1 million Nuyen will be divided by the surviving team members. I don't really like. I like this. I like the the negotiation, but I don't like how he's I don't like how like it's worded. 1 million, sign me up. Excellent. He claps his hand as if seeing the circus for the first time. I love the way that the short-lived are willing to die even faster. It's very inspirational. Brackus raises his hand and Harlequin's clapping instantly stops. Maybe he's like a dragon or something, or like a snake. With a double S. There is one final note, a warning, if you will. Okay, they're doing that again. It might be intentional. He's German. He's German. You have seen the danger the insects represent, but you have not witnessed the shaman's power. The shaman must tap into a powerful source of magic in order to summon a queen. Gotta breathe. We do not know what abilities that power source will grant. Beware the insects, but do not underestimate the shaman. Hey, don't scare the kid, Hansel. We still need him to go on the mission. By the by, I'm coming with you, Ghost. I wouldn't mind seeing these creatures for myself. I missed them last time. Telestrian will bankroll you so you can hire the rest of the team. Find me when you're ready to go and we'll bug right out of here. He sighs. Yes, speak with Harlequin when you are ready to depart. If you wish to acquire additional supplies for your mission, my assistant Quoth. Find my assistant Quoth. He is highly resourceful. Interesting. Where's Quoth? Some interesting stuff going on right there. As it turns out, I do have frequent flyer miles. Good job, Dante. In addition to the Aegis-loaded launchers we will provide, I am authorized to outfit you with anything from weapons to supplies to clothing. Show me the gear. You need a data jack for this? That's interesting. Let's see, I have quite a bit of money. Hold on. Let's exit. Oh, you can't spend points when you're talking to people. We're gonna do that. Perfect amount of points. We can only do 14 damage. You do 16 damage with a revolver. The capacity sucks. See, this makes me suspicious. Like, why is this one cheaper? This one's more expensive for some reason, and I feel like there is a reason for that. There's no other stats that I can go off of. So I'm gonna buy this one. See. He only has premium medkits. Show me the outfits. Still don't see a charisma one. Not that I need charisma, but just a little disappointing. Whoa. Whoa, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Man, could you imagine like cyber wiring all of yourself in this game? That would be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Alright, we need to go find Algernon. What kind of spells we can grab. May I provide spells, spiritual foci, or fetishes to help you on this critical quest? Show me what you've got. Alright, so we don't get like a level 3 on that. Let's just go directly over here. Looks like we're not going to get anything new. We'll buy a level 6 air elemental though. And sure, we'll keep the other pistol equipped. No reason not to. We'll get rid of you and let's add our level 6 in there. I don't think I can get any more spell slots. I don't see how that would work. So it's probably best that I get rid of one of these hastes. Well, actually, I can get rid of the fire. Let's get rid of fire for this. It should be fine. The lightning is super useful. Fire just does damage. And I could still cast both of these in the same turn. Alright, I do want to ask him that question. I have a question first. Beakett, were you spying on me at the Seamstresses Union? His eyes widen at the question. You mistake your importance, Ghost. No, I was not spying on you. Until Mr. Telestrian's summons, you were beneath my notice. I saw only a customer. Now do you require magic? Are you really here? Algernon's face takes on a dreamy expression. Are any of us? Yes, Ghost, I am here. And at the Seamstresses Union. And a myriad of other places. On to the work at hand. Do you require my magic? Who are you? I'm a peddler of magical spells, spirits, and foci, nothing more. Nothing else? No. Okay. A little suspicious there. Alright, Hans. We did not allow many opportunities during our briefing for you to ask questions, Shadowrunner. You may ask them now. I feel like those are not very interesting questions. Talk to him, please. There's something I can clarify for you. Why was Marie Louise taken by the Universal Brotherhood? He pauses before answering. The host for the Queen is chosen very carefully as the interactions between the Queen and the lead shaman are critical. A family connection between the two roles is ideal. As you have discovered my father's indiscretion with Melinda Watts, you know that Jessica Watts, the shaman, and Marie Louise are related by blood. I would appreciate if that information remained in the shadows. Okay. Wonder if, yeah, McCluskey is still there. What's up, McCluskey? I'm top dog now. You're gonna die, sucker. Maybe, but I'm gonna live first. You'll still die screaming. Maybe, maybe not. I was listening. It sounds bad. Yep. Thank you for everything. Could be worse, could be raining. She smiles. It's Seattle. You look like you have a question. Was it Hakeem who helped you in the Matrix? He smiles. In love. Interesting. Yes, even after my father ruined his life and convinced me to hate him, he's been watching over me. My angel in cyberspace, Baron Samedi. After we escaped, I told Harkeem about the Brotherhood and about the bugs. It was his idea to steal Project Aegis so you could go back to the Universal Brotherhood and exterminate the bugs. But I don't know how he knew about it. Baron Samedi just knows things. So what did Harkeem tell you about us breaking into your father's office? Nothing. I haven't spoken to him since last night. Why? What happened? He hasn't contacted you? No, and I thought he would by now. Did something happen to him? Last I heard from him, he'd been made. They were coming for him. A look of horror crosses her face. They? You mean my father's people? That's right. I'm sure he's okay. They probably just took away his deck. Father wouldn't. No, he's okay. I should go. Okay. Hmm. I think this is all that I'm going to accomplish here. Let's do a hard save. Do a hard save. And let us continue. Are you ready to go knee-deep in ectoplasm? I have a few questions first. Of course you do. So who are you? I am he, as you are he, as you are me, and we are all together. Excuse me? Seems disappointed that you didn't get his joke. You are excused. He bows with a flourish. I'm Harlequin, the light bearer, the last knight of the Crying Spire. He who manipulates Shadowrunners and fights duels with suckers. And for the next hour or two, I am at your service. Does Hans Brachus really work for a great dragon? He winks. No. I'm ready. Let's go stomp some bugs. His eyes light up. I thought you'd never ask. I thought you should know. Telestrian's technicians only had time to create a few prototype Aegis launchers. I'll be taking one, naturally. Another is for you. Treat her well. If you want additional bug-splattering firepower, James has agreed to allow one of his personal elite guards to accompany us with the final prototype weapon. And now, let us away. We have a date with Destiny, and she doesn't like to be kept waiting. I don't get to hire a... Oh, okay, here we go. So we can take this guy who has an Aegis launcher. Capacity of 2, isn't that wonderful? Of course he costs money. Why would he be free? Bring you along. Although, you know, like, the more I'm thinking about it, the more... Oh, you have some stuff. Okay. The more I actually like Coyote. Her shotgun does a ton of damage. 20 damage. It's not like it's not that accurate or anything like that either. So she's pretty good. This guy... Yeah, this guy's pretty decked out and stuff. I still don't understand why people have throwing weapons. It really makes no sense to me. Also, this guy has close combat and melee weapons, but he has no melee weapons. Just a little confusing. Oh, I should probably check what you do. We have a dragon sword. So you're basically in people's faces. Interesting. You have shotgun skills, but you don't have a shotgun. Isn't that just wonderful? Yeah, I think I'm not going to take Ray with me this time. We're going to take Coyote. I kind of don't want to take this guy. This special forces guy, but I feel like I'm going to need a decent chunk of these Aegis launchers. I'm sure they're going to come in handy, especially with only two bullets. So we have me for support, this guy for melee attacking and support. I guess he has a melee attacking and support. This guy for range support and this chick for mid range. Could work out. No, they're just like sort of all right. What are just sort of all right? The Aegis launchers? The launchers? When I think back to how Ray has performed in the past, he's done okay. Especially in the last mission, he just did okay. I really like these long-range weapons. I'm gonna rock with this, and we're just gonna hope that... Oh, but you know what? We don't have a Decker with us. A Decker would be pretty nice. Oh, you're in the Nephilim network now? She wasn't in there before. She was over here last time, I'm pretty sure. That's interesting. I'm going to take the third guy just because those bugs are actually just incredibly obnoxious. Forget the Decker. Forget it. Okay. Your return to the Universal Brotherhood is anything but subtle. The team hits the same back door Coyote found, and you storm through, quickly making your way into the restricted area in the room where you last met Jessica. First encountered the bug. You stand there together, listening to the sounds of chittering coming from the somewhere distant. Coming from the somewhere distant. Kind of weird. Harlequin stares into the darkness, humming tunelessly while fingering the sword on his hip. Then he turns, lifts his Aegis launcher to his lips, and gives it a kiss. You give the signal, and the hunt begins. Tonight we hunt. Okay, so you already got one of those. I didn't buy any grenades because life is hard. Minus 3 AP, that's pretty nice. This is pretty nice. Get one of those. Oh, I can't get rid of her equipment anyways.